Hi, my name is Tracy Collette. I'm a swim teacher and coach in the Atlanta area with 30 plus years experience. I've worked with the Wounded Warriors for 8 years. I've worked with all of the branches, 40 or so swim camps and clinics, became SOCOM's head coach 6 years ago, done 6 Warrior games with them, and twice was asked to be a Team USA coach for the Invictus Games. I also work with our intellectually impaired athletes, those with IQs of 74 or lower, on the autism spectrum, or that have Down syndrome. And through that work, was also asked to coach Team USA at their World Championships, which are called the INAS Global Games. Grew up swimming, loved it, swam in high school, and then swam for the University of Georgia, go Dogs. And I've actually competed in masters swimming a few times, garnering a few state records, a couple national titles at YMCA Nationals, and I have a couple top 10 medals from world championships. So that's my background and history. This video is demonstrating a couple of the different skills you'll need when you're swimming. It talks about how to use a pace clock for training purposes, starts, turns, and a backstroke finish.
So the first thing you're going to do when you're pushing off the wall or diving in is a streamline. Your hands line up, fingertips line up. Your thumb goes around and holds your hands together, and your arms are straight up around the ears. That is a proper streamline. You don't want your head outside of your arms. It goes back to alignment. Whenever you're going to push off to swim, you push off in a streamlined position, and you're going to hold it for about 3 seconds and then come up and start swimming. For competition, you have to come up 15 meters after the start. I don't want you guys to do that if you're a beginner swimmer. Way too long, you're going to run out of breath, and then you're going to just gas out halfway down the pool. So for beginners, 3 to 5 seconds, I would say, and you're kicking while you're streamlining, and then you come up and swim. So this is just a push-off start to get you ready. You can hold on to the backstroke handles on your starting block, or you can hold on to the wall. Some places have gutters, however you want to do it. So you're going to be on your side with your feet against the wall, one hand out, and then you're going to drop down under the water. So you push off under the water, and then take this hand to the front to join the other one in a streamline. A lot of people are going to push off like this. That is incorrect. You jump over the water. You're not jumping, you're pushing. The same thing goes for any diving you do. You don't jump, you push. So you have one hand out, one hand ready. When you're ready, you duck down and push off. I'm going to streamline for about 3 to 5 seconds. Come up and take my first stroke without taking a breath. Don't take a breath on your first stroke. It tends to slow you down a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to demonstrate freestyle. Then I'm going to demonstrate backstroke. Then I'll do breaststroke. And then I'll do butterfly. Okay? I will say on that underwater pull-out, I was doing it super slow in order to demonstrate the different aspects of it, and the water popped me up a little early. I should have popped up on my first stroke, not before that, just so you know. This is butterfly. We don't compete in butterfly at Warrior Games. This is always a great training tool to know how to do all the strokes. Now, if you notice on my finish, I touch with 2 hands at the same time on the same plane. You cannot touch on breaststroke and butterfly. Your hands are together on the stroke. They have to stay together on the finish. You cannot do a 1-2. You can't do it up-down. You want to keep them together. Now, for anyone with one arm or one arm that doesn't work, it is the intent to touch with 2 hands. So, for instance, if you have an arm that doesn't stretch out fully, and this one does, your finish on breaststroke could look like this. That is legal, depending on your classification, which we'll talk about in another video. Backstroke, you have to be on your back until after you touch the wall. So, what you do is you use the backstroke flags that are going to tell you how far away you are from the wall. If you are training in a 25-yard pool, they are 5 yards from the wall. If you are swimming in a meter pool, they are 5 meters from the wall. So it's just a little bit different. Also, the ley line colors will change right under the flag. So this is a visual cue. If you're swimming on your front, you can't see the flags, you can see the bottom of the pool, you can see the color change. And at the end of the pool, there's going to be a T at the end of the line that also tells you you're close to the edge of the pool. So on backstroke, we're going to use the flags. And what you do is as you go under the flags are right above your eyes. You count your strokes. So say it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And stroke counts are going to be different depending on how fast you are, how tall you are, or if you have flippers on, or you're pulling. It's always different.
This is a pace clock. Most pools that have swim teams are going to have these on deck. They can be digital as well, but you use these in your training. For instance, if you were supposed to do 10 50 freestyles on a minute, you would go when the red hand gets to the 60, and then you would swim down the pool and back if you're in short course pool. 25 plus 25 equals 50. And then when you finish at the end of the pool, you'd look at the clock and see where the hand is. If you went down and back and that red hand was on the 45, it took you 45 seconds to get down and back, a 50-yard freestyle. You would wait for 15 seconds for the hand to get back up to the 60 before you would go again. And you would do that 10 times. That is how you do 10 50s on a minute. When you use this clock, you can use it for any number of distances, speeds. You can use it to see how fast you can go down the pool. You can use it to time how long it takes you to swim a mile. So the pace clock is your friend in training. You need to learn it and you need to love it. Let's talk about starts. Now, you do not have to start off the blocks. You can start in the water. A paraplegic that doesn't have use of their legs will start on their back. Somebody holds their feet against the wall and lets go when it's time to race. You can start in the water even if you do have legs, if you don't want to go off the block. We also have people that are double amputees that do go off the block. So whatever you're comfortable with, that's fine. You can go off the side of the pool as well, as long as some body part has to be touching the wall or the block to start. Okay? This starting block has the fins that came around a few years ago. So it's like a track start. If you run track and they have the blocks, our blocks now have the track start block thingies, whatever you want to call them. So you have to adjust this to your leg length. You don't have to use it. Single legs wouldn't use this, right? Single legs would actually get on the blocks. If you are a double or single leg amputee, you can get on the blocks ahead of time. This also goes for people with maybe balance issues. If you need to get on the blocks first before the whistles we're about to go over, you can sit and be ready. A single leg amputee might get on the block
and put their nub here. So, because this can be really rough, you use a towel, you can use whatever you want. Again, whatever works for you, and I'm not going to fall like a fool. So, if you are using this, adjust it to what's good for you. The starting regimen or the protocol is you're behind the blocks while the people in the race ahead of you are finishing up, or before your race starts if you're the first heat, and you wait. Then they're going to let everybody that's finished get out of the pool, and then it's going to be your turn, and you say, the referee is going to blow their whistle. Tweet, 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 tweet. Get your goggles on, take your jacket off, shoes off, get ready to get on the blocks. Most people are already going to be like this because you're ready to go, right? So if not, just make sure your goggles are on, you've got your flip-flops off, whatever. Tweet, one long whistle means get on the blocks. If you need help getting on the blocks for balance purposes, people can hold you for balance purposes. Again, same as the quadriplegics on the start, they hold you and let go. They can't push you, but just let go and then you start. When you get on the blocks, get your feet or foot or butt or whatever your nubs are ready to what you want. Don't get on the blocks and stand here. When they say take your marks, then you move. Go ahead and put your feet where you want them. I'm going to do a track start. You can do a 2-foot start, but then I'll put my foot back here for leverage. And you just wait, relax. Okay, just relax. Don't be tensed up because people are going to take their time getting up on the blocks or getting ready. There could be a malfunction with the equipment. You might be up here for a little bit. Just relax. Then they're going to say this is the whatever event it is, heat number whatever it is. Timers and judges ready. They're going to say swimmers, take your marks. So now you're going to go down, and I actually need to push this back a bit. So you're going to go down, grab start of the block, your toes need to be around the front, and I'm leaning forward. Okay? A double amputee might sit here and actually lean back and then launch themselves off. But if you're going to use the track start, lean forward because the water's that way, it's not that way. Say swimmers take your marks, and then there's a beep. It's not a gun or a go. It's swimmers take your marks. There is no set, and it's just a beep, and you go. So Tim, if you would start me, I'd appreciate it.
Swimmer, take your mark. Beep.
And my goggles came off. It happens. If they come off, keep going. You don't need them to swim. So if you go back and watch that, I went straight up. I didn't jump because people tend to jump and then go down, go out and down. The farther you go through the air, the less you have to swim. Streamline, dolphin kicks underwater, come up. And again, this marker right here is your 15-meter mark, but it's from that end of the pool. From where I started, it's 15 meters that way. You have to be up. Your head, something has to break the surface of the water at 15-meter mark. I don't go 15 meters because it takes me too long. My dolphin kick is not that great. The elite athletes will go all the way to 14.99 meters and then come up because their dolphin kicks are so fast. It's actually better for them to dolphin kick underwater than to come up and swim. So on the turns, at weird days, it's 50 free, 50 back, 50 breaths, and you only turn on the 100 free. But if you're practicing, you want to be able to do a flip turn. It is tuck your chin to your nose to your belly button, throw your feet over, place both feet on the wall, get in streamline position before you push off. I'm going to do it super slow motion. And don't take a breath right before you turn. Take a breath out here somewhere. Okay? You do not have to do a flip turn. Some of you have vertigo. Some of you don't have abdominal muscles. You can touch and turn around. Backstroke is touch, turn around. Breaststroke is touch. And butterfly is touch, turn around.
So I'd like to reiterate that in all these skills and all the techniques that we are using in swimming, they can be adapted to what your body is capable of doing. and the classification system allows for that. So just come on out, try it, and we'll see what we can do.